doing wound management today. Just wash my hands. Good morning, I'm Michael, I'll be your nurse today. I'm just going to check your URI number, and could you tell me your name? Yep, that all works out. I'll just check the oxygen and the suction. Before I check your wound today, that's what I'm here for. Can you tell me if you're in any pain? On a scale of 1 to 10, a 2 or a 4, that's moderate pain, so I'll make sure I manage your pain before I start playing with your wound. This is the medication area. I'll just wash my hands again before I start doing that. And by his prescription, he's been ordered, he's been prescribed 2.5 milligrams of morphine in 30, the morphine comes in 30 milligrams to 10 mil. I've already done this just to save time. So I've done what I want over the stock strength, and I've cancelled them out and done 2.5 over 3. This is just how I'd work it out in my head, just to make it a bit easier. And it comes to 0.83, which is, yeah, I've rounded down, so it's 0.8 mil of morphine that I'll be giving him. Okay. I'll just open this up. It's already come out. Wipe down the vial. I can only get insulin needles, so insulin's 100 units to a mil, so 80 units is 0.8 mils. It'll be an IM injection, and just for the, this is really hard to get this in here. I usually would try and do it in the kidney dish, but my dish is a bit harder to get it in there. Put that back in there. And I'll be doing it in the vastus lateralis. I'm not too sure, I'll have to ask my teacher if there's a wound here. It's probably best not to another needle into it. Oh, I'm back, Jesse, with your morphine. I'm just going to put it in your thigh. That's that. In your outer edge. I'll just lift that up. Of course, I'd be sealing everything up to be sure. I'll grab a sponge just to. I lost my sponge. Just for the purpose of this, because I walked out and came back in, I'll wash my hands again. Of course I didn't go too far. This was all in my vision, and just for the sake of that, I'm not going to puncture my blow up doll. I've made sure I've got all the bubbles out. Okay, so I'll be zip tracking it, so I pull it aside, stick it straight in. Oh, sorry. aspirate, and then inject. Take it out, put that in the bin, my sharps container, which I didn't organise. Let that go, massage it in, and I'll be back. I'll cover you up. I'll be back in about 15 minutes, half an hour to manage your wound. Go and dispose of this. Okay. It's been 15 minutes, half an hour. I'll do that. Wash my hands. I'm going to wear gloves because I'm not sure what state the wound is in. I'll just pull off the edges and just lift it off to have a look at the wound. Okay, I'm just going to leave it there while I go and prepare a new wound dressing for you. Wash my hands. Just tell me again, I forgot to draw in the wound. I'm taking a bit long with this. Going back to the trolley, I'll just put everything on the floor. I've wiped down the trolley, starting from top to bottom, inside and out. Top, all around the edges, and then down to the bottom. This area over here will be the bottom of my trolley. I can place everything. I've got a bin down here. And I don't have another dressing, so this will be my dressing. I'm just going to place it here. We'll pretend it's in the packaging. Here's my bin down here, and starting off, I'll wash my hands. Move the trolley in, and first of all, I can remove the dressing and place that in the bin. We touch the edges, so there's nothing needed for that to be aseptic. And then I'll move that, open this up, and try and lift it out. Drop that down. Nearly fell off the bench. I probably don't need to do it quite so high. And I'll turn that around. Okay, I can now sorry. the yellow tongs, trying not to touch them to move this out. Have to have a bit of a think about what I'm actually doing at the moment. I really should be placing this more closer to me, I think. So I don't actually need to reach over this in my dirty hand. Okay, now they're dirty, I can put them here. I have the 2 centimeters around the edge. It's actually dirty, and I can fill this up with saline. Pull that off. Open up my dressing, drop it down here, get rid of the packaging, bring it back. Oops. Being careful not to touch anything other than the inside of this. Quite a lot to get out. Place that in the bin or on the floor. I have to work out. Okay. Come over here. And I just like to wash my hands again after touching all the outside of that packaging. But we're putting the gloves on anyway. Now they're all wet, that's going to make it a lot harder to put my gloves on. I'm allowed to touch this area. Okay, all this is sterile. Taking a long time to do this. From the inside, place that on the floor. Oh, I shouldn't have left these hanging off the edge. Put down in the wrong spot. These are all still sterile. I would be better off using this. I would have been better off using these to wring these out. Sterile. I didn't put enough saline in here. I think I would only actually need 3 cotton buds for this. Would have been, I think it's better to use the cotton buds for drying. I use, which I've been told quite a lot. I'll place that down, and then this is sterile. I can unfold that with my hands. Oh, I shouldn't be. Should avoid shaking it everywhere. I could ask them to lift their arm up. Place this down here. And then begin to clean the wound. I'll start at the top, just with one wipe down. That only took one wipe. I'll give it another wipe, just to so that I wipe the other side and around the surrounding edges if it needs it. And then I'll place these in the bin. I don't need them anymore, and I'll touch the wound. It doesn't really matter, as I'm not touching another wound at the moment. I'll fold all these into the middle, so I've got a nice pat that dry, and I'll do that again actually. I'll just use these, and that's all done. I didn't need another one, and now I'm pretty sure I can take off the gloves at this point. I'll leave them on, and I'll reapply the wound dressing. Tape, and all done. Take these off. I'm going to keep the gloves and this because I can reuse them, and then I'd go about wiping down the benches and say thanks, you've been a great patient. Of course I'll remove this, and I'll be back again soon to see how you're going. I should have asked them to give me a pain scale before I started doing the dressing after I'd come back. Thank you. Of course I'd take off the gloves and wash my hands as I leave before touching anything else. And like I said, I'm going to keep them